Hi queens, and welcome back to this week's episode of The Sexiest in the City. So if you are new here, this is basically a podcast for the motherfucking baddies in the motherfucking city. We talk about self-improvement and self-growth and how to be the baddest bitch and the sexiest bitch in the motherfucking city. And if you guys are returning, hey my queens, let's jump right into this week's episode. I want to talk about fear of failure. I think a lot of people sometimes have fear of failure, especially when you're trying something new or especially when something is important to you. You get scared that you might end up failing at it and not winning. That can make you scared to start projects, finish projects, or even have the confidence to continue projects because you're scared you're not going to make it. So I want to talk about how to overcome fear of failure, because for the longest time I had this fear that if I didn't do good enough at something, or if I took a loss or I took an L or I made a mistake, that I felt like a genuine failure. For example, whenever I started going to the gym, so whenever you're on TikTok, you see everybody posting their glow up routines and like they post their transformation videos, and then you click on the TikTok page and they're eating super healthy, super clean, very consistent at the gym. So when I started at the gym, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I got a Planet Fitness membership and I just told myself, at least if I'm doing something, I'm gonna have to see some type of, I'm gonna have to see something. I didn't make the most aesthetic meals. It wasn't something that I personally felt like recording, showing my transformation and showing like my journey to getting there, because I thought that I wasn't doing it because I wasn't seeing results, and I thought that I kind of was failing in a way, and I just didn't feel like I was successful in what I was doing. I still did it in privacy, but that wasn't something I wanted to record, even though like at the time I did want to record like what I eat in a day or what I work out. Of course, like I was a big girl, like I just felt like I'm not seeing progress, so it must mean like I'm not winning. But I think in the back of my mind, I always told myself, keep going, because just because you're not winning today doesn't mean you won't win tomorrow. So that's just like what was always in the back of my head. But I was very, very fearful that I wasn't going to lose the weight, I wasn't going to get in shape, and I was just going to stay stuck and stagnant in my life. But I ended up obviously overcoming that. I lost the pounds, you know what I'm saying? I became the motherfucking baddie that I knew I was. I'm not gonna lie, it was a battle. Growth isn't linear, so at the end of the day, growing is gonna be a stages of ups and downs, and that was definitely my gym journey. Like a lot of people ask me like, how did you do it? Like, how did you lose the weight? I always want to tell people, never get discouraged if you don't see results right away, because when you continuously do something, you will end up seeing the results. But if I were to have failed and never continued and just accepted where I was at, I was going to remain the same person. I was going to be built the fucking same bitch. I probably would have been built heavier, because I love food. Like one thing about me is I have a really bad binge problem. So if I'm like super hungry, especially when you get the munchies and shit like that, if you know, you motherfucking know, that's a monster. Like to me, that's like a whole completely different fucking monster when I'm in munchie mode, wanting to eat everything in the fucking pantry late night. I understand that it's hard to get up there. So if I had remained stuck and didn't continue to keep going, I would have been probably worse than I even was at. So I want to teach you guys how to overcome failure. I wrote on my notes here some points, and for the longest time before I lost the weight, I felt like I was behind. I felt like, why am I even doing this shit if I'm not seeing no type of fucking results? This has to be fucking pointless, but I was proven wrong. Once I seen the results, I'm addicted to it. Like I don't give a fuck about the judgment. I don't give a fuck about if I'm not seeing the results fast enough. If you continue to do something, you will eventually win. I seen a video of Ice Cube talk about, if you don't have 5 years to give to something that you love or care about, then you don't give a fuck about it. And if this is important to me, the time doesn't matter. And so failure isn't even like, it's a part of life. The cure to fear of failure is that accepting that mistakes are a part of life. You are never going to live this perfect cookie cutter fucking life. And if you know anybody that has, let me know, because bitch, I don't fucking know. Because what I know about life is that I know my friends and I know my family and I know myself. We have challenges every day. We have adversities every year that we have to go through and overcome to become a better person and to ultimately grow. The purpose of life is to grow. It's to continuously evolve into better versions of yourself and meet and love every single version of yourself. Failure is a part of life. And if you get to a point where you feel like you're behind or you're super, super hard on yourself because you make mistakes, that was me for the longest time. When I make a mistake, I'm super hard on myself. Mistakes are a part of life. That doesn't mean that you're a failure. That doesn't mean that you lost. That doesn't mean that everything is over. You can still accomplish everything that you said you are going to accomplish. You have to constantly remind yourself of that. And I came up today with 4 ways to remind yourself that failure is a part of life and to accept that. Number one is losses teach you what not to do next time, so you still learn something. Let's say that you are trying a new diet, right? But then you're 2 weeks into the diet fails, you don't see results, or you just feel like this isn't working for you. Like, I keep getting off my diet, I keep saying I'm gonna eat one way, but then by the end of the night, I'm literally fucking binge eating. Everything is crazy. And so let's say it doesn't work out for you. People will sometimes take that and give it more of a reason to give up and not keep going. But I see it as, even if you failed at that, you still learned something, because you learned what not to do next time. You learned, okay, that diet didn't work for me, so that means we're not going to do that next time. Life, you have to see it as data. Your brain is collecting data constantly to see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. So if you are on a journey of life and you feel like you've come to a halt because this shit is not working out in your favor, you don't have to see it as like, I failed and I've lost. You can see it as like, I've collected data that my brain now knows not to do next time. Now I've learned something. I've learned through trial and error that this doesn't work for me. But instead of like internalizing that and hating on yourself and having this shame and like constant anxiety because you're not good at something, or you're failing at something, or you're not progressing at a level that you would like to, you need to remind yourself, this is all a part of the process. This is all a part of the plan, and failure comes with the plan. You are never going to make it to the top if you don't go through failures on the way there. If something goes wrong, if a job opportunity doesn't work out, a friendship doesn't work out, a relationship, or like anything doesn't work out for me, this isn't failure. This is just redirection. This is just showing me what not to do and which way that we could do better. So that's like a big one for me, because I'd be so hard on myself when I fail, but that's a part of life. People that have millions have said it. They've went through trial and error, definitely have went through big moments and big losses. Through those moments you grow and you evolve and you end up achieving more things. And y'all know the quote, no risk, no reward. If you don't take big risks in life, you're not going to reap the benefits, because you didn't put yourself in those situations out of fear that you might fail. Failure holds a lot of people back than anything. People think that it's going to be something externally that's going to block your blessings, but most of the time it's the emotion of fear that holds a lot of people back from actually moving forward in life and like getting the ball rolling. Just remember, if you try something, if it doesn't work out for you, that doesn't necessarily mean that you failed. That means that you still learned something, because you learned what not to do next time. And so that's always a win. That to me is a very abundant way of thinking, because now you're not losing anything. It's never a loss. It's always a gain. And so you're always gaining in life. You're gaining lessons, you're gaining wisdom, you're gaining knowledge. I'm filming later in the day, so sometimes I like the lighting, but I'm like, I don't know if I should turn on the light so we could like get some more light up in here. But we're just gonna keep it no light for now, just vibe with it. This very cozy vibes. We got the LED, we got the candle, we cozy queens. But let me get on to my second point. Remember your wins, big or small. There's even moments till right now where I'm so hard on myself because I didn't get an opportunity that I really wanted, or something doesn't go the way I wanted it to. I'm always like, oh my goodness, why am I not here? Like, I'm 24, I should be much further along. Like, what's going on? Like, I want to shake my ass on the motherfucking yacht. Like, what's up? But I think there comes a point where you got to sit down and be like, wait, we're still winners, because what about this? Like, remember when we did this? Like, remember when we did this and this and this and this and this and this? So you have to remind yourself, big or small, whether you got a car on your own or you aced a fucking exam that you studied really hard for and you didn't think you were, whatever it is, remind yourself of it. Like, oh my God, wait, I did that. For me, when I was a junior, I went through really bad derealization. Like, I felt like my life was a constant movie. Like, I was watching my life through my own eyes. I don't know how to explain it, but it was a really weird feeling, deep depression hole. I literally felt like every day was Bella or like the first Twilight movie. The scene, if y'all know what I'm talking about, where she's like at the window and she's like, it's a possibility. That blue, cool vibe, the lighting and the filter of the first movie, that is literally what my everyday felt like. Like, I felt like it was just a sad days. And I overcame that. I never thought I would. It was like for a year and a half straight, right before my senior year. And even a little bit into my senior year, I still felt that a little bit. But like, I overcame that. I went from not being able to leave my house and be bedridden because of anxiety. I remember one time I wanted to go to the fucking hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack. I suffered from bad anxiety and I overcame that. And so you have to remind yourself how strong you are and how much shit has already been thrown your way that you've already like, We already knocked that out the fucking ballpark. Like, we been handle business for that. Social media and feeling like we have to progress in life and family, ourselves, like we're trying to improve. And like, there's just so much pressure on us that we never just sit back and be appreciative of how much we've really done and the amount of time that we've been here on earth already and how much resilience and strength that we've already had. We get so lost in the everyday routine that it's hard to come back to that. Sit down, take a journal out, have a little tea, and just write down all the things that you've accomplished up until this moment and really be appreciative and grateful of how much that you've already done. Think about the girl that did all this. Anything that's gonna come your way, any fucking challenge. If I can handle this shit, I can handle any fucking thing else thrown in my fucking way. So really tell yourself that and uplift yourself, because at the end of the day, all you got is yourself. And so you want to always have that self-love, and like, you're a fucking queen. Like, big or small, you get shit done and you stand on big motherfucking business, all 10 motherfucking toes, all 2 feet. You stand on big fucking business, and remind yourself that, queen. So number 3, as long as you keep going, you have never lost. Your heart is still beating and you're still here and you're still alive. So the game's not done yet.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Unless you're fucking dead, you have not lost. You are still here and you can still keep going. It is never too late to get what you want. It is never too late to improve your life and to change your life. Let's say for 2 months straight, you were really good and you were eating healthy and you were on your gym shit and you felt like you were on a really good streak. But then month 3 comes around, there's a lot of shit going on, you're really fucking stressed, you start eating a lot, then you start eating junk food more, you fall into this guilt and this shame loop, and you feel like, oh fuck, it's been 4 weeks since I've last worked out, it's been 4 weeks since I've cooked a healthy meal, what the fuck we gonna do now? And then you start going back to that old identity where you're like, oh my god, I know I'm this type of person, I always do shit like this, I knew I wasn't gonna get it. If you keep going, let's go right back to the fucking drawing board and see what we gotta change up, what can we do better? If you keep showing up, you've never lost. Okay, you took a 4-week hiatus, fucking oh well. You cannot cry over spilled milk. It's happened. The past is in the past. The past does not exist. All we have is now. And as long as you keep going, as long as you keep persevering, you didn't take a loss. I'm just gonna put the light on because it was starting to get dark, you guys. I don't know if it was Ice Cube or Kobe. I'm pretty sure it was Kobe on like failure. They asked him, how do you deal with failure? And he was just saying, at the end of the day, you don't fail if you keep going. You haven't failed yet. You're still in the fucking game. Keep fucking going. There's no reason to be sitting and dwelling and like, oh my god, I did this wrong. Oh my god, da, da, da. There's no time. Let's get back to fucking work. You're not gonna sit there and dwell and cry and boo-hoo, this, that. Let's get back to fucking work. If you still have the vision, you still have the dream, you still fucking here and alive, we still in the fucking game. So let's get back to fucking work. When I don't want to go, when I'm lazy, when I'm unmotivated, when I'm even in a period of slump where I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to fucking move. I just want to sit down and watch my favorite show, my favorite movie, and just eat my comfort food. I tell myself, it's time to get back to fucking work. It's time to be a big girl, put your big girl pants on, and let's get back to motherfucking work and see what we need to do better next time. Because if I kept staying stagnant, not going to the gym, not being consistent, not just constantly improving 1% in my gym, I wasn't going to lose 80 pounds. It wasn't going to happen. Failure is just lessons. You're never going to go through life with no failures. That's just a part of life. So tell yourself, I'm still here, so I haven't failed yet. Like, I'm still going to keep fucking going. Number 4, winners never quit. And quitters never win. Kind of like number 3, if you give up and you actually stop, let's say that, me with the podcast, let's say right now, next week, I'm like, you know what, I'm tired, it's hard, editing, filming, planning the video, I'm fucking tired of it, I can't do it, I give up. If I quit, that's it. There's no more podcasts, we done here, that's it. But let's say I persevere and I'm like, one more week, let's put out an episode. I'm going to see myself consistently grow. No matter how big or small the growth is, the growth will be there. If you keep telling yourself, I've lost, I haven't made it, you're just giving yourself more fuel to not want to keep going. And if you stop and you don't go, you will never end up winning. But if you continue to go and persevere, no matter the L's that you take, no matter the losses, somewhere along the way, you will eventually win. And it's not a matter of how, it's not a matter of if, or it's a matter of when. It's just going to happen when it happens. But I know as long as I'm showing up and I'm putting the work, it's going to happen because I'm being the person I want to be. I know what's meant for me will be for me. And so I trust that, and I trust in the universe, or I trust in God. I trust. So it's all about continuing to persevere no matter what the fuck is thrown at you, no matter the challenges, no matter how hard it gets, you keep fucking going. You're not going to just become an overnight success. Success takes time. Rome was not built in a day. It takes time. It takes patience. You're never going to just wake up and be the person you want to be. You have to slowly put in the work to be that person. And a strong and powerful woman understands this. And so in order to channel that best version of yourself, you need to understand that win or lose, we show the fuck up to work. We do what the plan says. And then if we fall off of track, pivot. Pivot is what we need. That's what you need in life, is to understand that life is not going to go the way you want it to. God fucking knows how much shit I thought was going to go my way that never went my fucking way. You know, I thought this was going to happen by this and this. That is not, bitch, I've been in for a treat. The way life been moving and the way life has moved. It's just, it goes in different directions. But at the end of the day, if you have a dream and you have a goal, just pivot into another direction to get yourself there. Just understand that it's just data for your brain. Okay, this didn't work for me, so let's find out what does. If this type of friendship doesn't work for me, or this type of thinking doesn't work for me, or this type of habit doesn't work for me, it's time to just pivot into a different direction and go towards a direction that works for me so shit goes smoothly and so I can end up living a life that I want and just growing as a human being. I do have a quote that's in the San Antonio Spurs locker room that I really love, so I'm gonna read it to you guys. When nothing seems to help, I go and look at a stone cutter hammering away at his rock, perhaps 100 times without as much as a crack showing in it. Yet at the 101st blow, it will split in two. And I know it was not that blow that did it, but all that had gone before. And I really love this quote because it just shows you that consistency, effort, and just continuously putting in the day, just continuously showing up is what grows you. That's compound growth. Whenever all these little, tiny little micro habits that you do feels like they're nothing, but in the long run, it's actually doing such a big change for your life. So you could show up today and put that 1% and feel like you're not doing your best and feel like you're behind. But when you keep putting in the work and you keep showing up, it's all of those trial and errors that brings you to your destination. It brings you to your destiny. It brings you to growth. It brings you to evolving into the baddest motherfucking bitch. And it brings you back to you. I think when we grow up, as our inner child, we know who we are, but then we get insecure. We want to fit in and we want to just have friends and make connections and just fit in. But then you end up losing yourself along the way. I think when you come and reel yourself back in, you're like, what do I want to do? What are my priorities? And you get to it, regardless of the ups and downs, you continue to be dedicated in who you are trying to become, you will win. You will win, you guys. Like, this is not a joke. You will win. You keep showing up to the gym. You keep trying to eat healthy. You keep showing up. You will win. You have not lost. Losing, quitting, this, that. That's not in our vocabulary because that has not happened yet. Because as long as you are here, as long as you woke up this morning, you still in the motherfucking game. So there's still time to change this shit around. There's still time to move this ship around. Is that the fucking quote? I don't fucking know. There's always time to change your life and to make everything that you want come true. It's all about shifting that mindset. Don't be like, I failed at this, so I'm done. Be like, no, I've learned a new way to do things, so let's try a different way. And let's just pivot and let's do better and let's try harder and don't ever just sit in gloom because you are not a victim of your reality. Because once you start to gloom, you become a victim. And in therapy, my therapist was really clocking it. Like, once you start to say that shit is unfair and you can't do this and this is that, it's against you, you start to live in a victim mentality. And you are not a victim. I am not a victim. You know, it's not the case here. So rise above that bullshit. So those are all the 4 points to help me accept that mistakes are a part of life. So don't beat yourself up and don't just stay stuck and feel like you cannot accomplish what you want to accomplish because you have failed in life, because that's just a normal part of life. So losses make you stronger and strength helps you win. You take an L, you dust your motherfucking shoulders off, queen, and stand the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, shit happens. Shit's gonna happen. Shit's gonna go left for us. It's a normal part of life. But through all that comes change, comes growth, comes evolving. So never see your losses as L's, as failures, as like you're doing wrong in life, as a reason to continue to tell yourself that you are behind in life and that you're not good enough. As long as you show up, as long as you are true to yourself and you show up and you put that effort, and then even if you fail, be real with yourself and find a new way to do it. Don't beat yourself too much because you've made a mistake or because shit ain't going your way. Because I'm telling you guys, especially with my gym journey, like if I had beat myself up and I didn't keep going, I was not going to get to where I wanted to. And if I judged myself or felt like I'm not doing the proper form and eating the proper protein and doing all that, I did not do all that shit. Like, yes, I did do that shit, but not to the extent where like how you see the gym creators, where people dedicate their life to creating content surrounding gym. At the end of the day, that's, you know, their hobby. They like to post about the gym, show like, you know, gym freaks and shit. I felt like because I wasn't a gym freak, I was not qualified for that and I wasn't gonna get it, and this is just some stupid shit that I'm doing. But I kept going, you guys. I kept going and I saw progress. And so that just reminds me to trust myself to continue life. Like, you don't have to follow everybody else. Your journey is completely different from someone else's journey, and it's completely designed for you. So lean into your strengths, and also if you have weaknesses, find a way to strengthen those weaknesses, but never think that you're behind or you're failing or you're a loser or you're all this fucking bullshit because you're not where you want to be in life. Failure is a part of growth. Failure just shows you what not to do and what to do better, and it's just data for your brain to continuously scan out so it can help you grow and evolve. I did want to end off this episode with some affirmations for fear, because I feel like at times our brains can tell us things that aren't true and get our intrusive thoughts of like, I'm not far enough, I haven't made it, I'm going to fail, just all these little negative thoughts that pop up into our head. So I just kind of want to end off the video on a little bit of a positive note to just relax and breathe and remind yourself that everything is going to be okay. Let's start the affirmations, my queens. This is affirmations for fear of failure. I learn valuable lessons from every setback. My journey is defined by my courage, not my failures. My spirit is unbreakable no matter the setback. I embrace each failure as a chance to grow. I am fueled by the possibilities, not hindered by the past. I am always evolving even when I fail. I post every single Thursday. If you guys like this episode, please like and subscribe. And then if you go down to my description, I also have the links to my Spotify and podcast. If you guys want to hear this in Spotify and podcast version. And if you guys are on the Spotify and podcast version, please like and follow. Is there a like on podcasts? I don't even know, but I think there is a 5-star rating, queens. But please give it a 5-star rating and follow my queens. And yes, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in next week's episode. Mwah. Peace and love. Bye, queens.